We've all seen those videos, how to change your life in 6 months, how to become a completely new person in 90 days, all of those self-help videos that promise to transform your life in record time. And I love those videos, I've watched so many of them, but most of them focus on the results, especially the end result, and I rarely see videos that actually take you through the process and show you the messy in-between life. One video that did stand out to me though was from Chiara Evola, and she's documenting her own 6-month experiment. That's actually where I got the idea from to make this video and try it myself, but with my own goals and lifestyle. So here's my 6-month commitment. Not to perfection, not to performance, but just to keep showing up for myself. Right now, I'm in a phase where I'm doing fine. I'm working from home, I've already lost a bit of weight, and I've started working on my habits. I've learned a lot, but I'm still in that in-between space where I'm not where I was, but I'm also not where I want to be. I also don't want to look back in 6 months or a year and feel like I just floated through it. I want to feel proud of what I achieved. I want to know that I actually put in work and effort to get to my goals. I want to be more like her, the version of me that I already know exists. For a while I thought that if I made this public, everything would have to be perfect. I would have to tick every single box and not make mistakes, because otherwise it wouldn't be enjoyable to watch or nobody would care about my process. But that's not why I wanted to do this video. I wanted to show the real life and messy in between part, even if I fall off track and even if not everything goes to plan. I'm even traveling for a whole month in between of this. It's gonna be messy, it's not gonna be easy. So I just thought, why not start it right now? For the next 6 months, I'm going to document this process. I'm focusing on 6 areas of my life: physical health, mental health, image, lifestyle, hobbies, and finances. If you are or have been in the same place of not quite rock bottom, but also not where you want to be, I hope that this series is a real representation of you. This is episode 1. Here's where I'm starting. Let's see what happens if I just keep showing up. You might be wondering, how am I actually gonna get to where I want to? So let me walk you through it. I've thought about this a lot in terms of what goals I want, and I've just been writing down a few things that I feel like make sense for this 6-month challenge and what I want to focus on in these next 6 months. Let's start with my physical health. I want to lose 12 kilos and move daily, like not working out daily, but daily movement like walking. Now with lifestyle, I want to declutter, then I want to refine some systems that I have, like the morning and night routines, and maybe also just some organizing and reset. And I also want to lightly prep for moving out, because I might be doing that soon. So I just want to do that with like vision boards and lists and just planning in that sense. For hobbies, I want to read 20 books. Then I want to scrapbook regularly. I've already kind of started doing this, but not as regularly as I would want to. Then I want to experiment a little bit more with YouTube and just editing, filming, and that kind of stuff. I did also think about adding like drawing and photography on here. Might not be sure if I want to do that yet, but I think I want to add like cooking and baking as some kind of like hobby activity as well. For the image section of this, I want to find my personal style, or kind of figure out what I like. I've been wanting to do that for a long time and I have not been able to. It just didn't work. I don't know. I kind of want to just focus on it and do it this time. I also want to try new things with my hairstyles, but also kind of taking care of my hair and it being like the healthiest it can be. Same thing with like makeup. I kind of want to just try a few different makeup looks. And one thing I want to start doing is like high maintenance things that make you low maintenance. For example, laser hair removal or getting my brows and lashes done, stuff like that. I want to do like 1 or 2 things during these 6 months, because I never do things like that and I kind of want to treat myself. And then also I want to keep doing my DIY gel nails at home, because I've been doing them for a while now and I am getting good at it, I think. But I want to experiment with it a bit more and not just do simple things. I want to try new stuff. With my finances, it's pretty simple. I just want to make my first dollar online. I've not made anything from YouTube yet. I've never like made money online. I just want to make $1. That's my goal. Of course, the big goal is like getting a side income or even a full income at some point, but for these 6 months, $1. I want $1. Lastly, for my mental health, I want to set a few screen boundaries. I have already deleted Instagram and TikTok for like a few months now actually, but I sometimes find myself scrolling shorts on YouTube, which is not the point of all this. So I want to set a few more screen boundaries and figure out how to not be on my screens that often, and maybe have like digital detox days, or at least like social media detox days. And then I want to journal consistently and meditate. So these are my goals. Some of them have already started, some are brand new, some I'm honestly still figuring out. So now I'm going to take you with me while I start setting up for these 6 months, one area at a time. Okay, so we're in front of my closet now, and it's actually pretty well organized. If you look here, my clothes are even like color coordinated and stuff, but underneath is where the mess is. Like, I just have so many things here that I don't even know what they are, and they're so untidy. So let's tackle this part. This has like all of my old ballet stuff in here, so I kind of have to figure out what I want to keep just for like memories and stuff, and what to get rid of. So I just finished off with my physical declutter, so I'm going to do a digital declutter as well, because my desktop looks horrible. I've got so many different folders and files just scattered everywhere. It's gonna be a bit of a longer project, I think, and I'm gonna have to maybe also figure out a maintenance thing, how I can like keep it up so that it doesn't get cluttered all the time. But let's declutter. So just finished the digital declutter right now, and my desktop looks so much better. Like, I even changed the wallpaper and it just looks so much cleaner and clearer. I can find everything much easier and it just looks cute. I'm just about to take my initial pictures for like the physical health portion of this video. I just have my little setup here. And basically I'm just about to take the pictures, and then we'll get into like everything that I'm gonna do exactly and what I want to achieve. Let's just set the timer on my phone and let's go with the pictures. Okay, I just took my pictures, still have to take my measurements, but I thought I would talk to you while I do this. I hope I'm gonna be able to like multitask, but I'm gonna open like my notes app and write down the measurements. But anyways, with my physical health, I basically just lost about 8 kilos in the past year. So I did already lose a bit of weight, but I still want to lose another 12. And I don't really want to do anything that is like crazy or completely unsustainable. That's really not what I want to do with this, because I have struggled with binge eating, with a lot of things. I also recently made a video about that. It's the video before this one where I talk about how I stopped binge eating and actually lost those 8 kilos. I just don't want to do anything drastic. I'm just gonna do like a calorie deficit and move my body, and yeah, basically just the simple stuff. Okay, I'm just getting really distracted with this, so I'm just gonna talk and do that afterwards. But basically I am gonna track all of this with measurements, with just like the scale, but especially with my mood, with how I'm feeling, and just kind of still listen to my body. Even though I'm tracking and counting calories and I'm in a calorie deficit, I will still listen to my body when I need to eat more and when I'm really hungry, or if I'm full, even before I consumed all of my calories, because I think it's really important to not just look at the app and what it tells you, but actually listen to what your body is saying, because otherwise you kind of lose the hunger cues again. Also, I currently strength train like 3 times a week. I do 1 lower, 1 upper, and then a full body. Then I also do yoga once a week, and I kind of want to sprinkle in walks. That's just kind of my routine at the moment. I'm going to measure myself now without distraction. Okay, so we're back at my desk now, and the next thing that I want to talk about is finances. Basically, my goal is to make my first dollar online, which, if I'm being honest, I want it to be more so from YouTube, if possible. And I do want it to be more than $1, but I think it just sounded kind of poetic. The bigger goal would be to have an income, to have just a bit more to save and put away, and just have something that is completely mine and that I have built and I can work towards and make something out of it. But what I wanted to talk about right now is what I have been thinking and what exactly I want to do to achieve this goal. First of all, like, YouTube is definitely one of those goals and one of the things that might help me achieve my first dollar online. I'm just going to continue learning about YouTube, about editing, about being consistent and posting, and especially this series is going to hold me accountable to do all that, and also get to my goal to actually get monetized on YouTube, which would be amazing. The next thing I have written down here is to update a few physical products of mine that I have, and just kind of bring them up to date, and then try to put them on Etsy, or just maybe also link them for you in the description box if you're interested, because I have like a free 28-day reset ebook that is always in my description box and you can download. But I think I want to especially update the like health and wellness ebook that I have, that is 12 weeks long, and I put workouts in there, I put like a ton of things in there, but I kind of would like to update that ebook to just get it more up to date. So I just think that that would be a good thing to update and to maybe use for this section of being able to make my first dollar online with maybe that ebook. And maybe I can also make a few new ones, and I've also been working on a Notion tracker for this challenge, just so I can keep myself accountable, and if some of you want to participate and do it too, as soon as I'm done I'm gonna give it to you as well. And I've also been thinking that since I have like marketing experience and artificial intelligence and all of that stuff, I might be able to do something with that as well. I still kind of have to do a bit more research on that topic. This is less about what to do to earn money, but more so how I'm gonna track it, because I do want to like track it somehow to see how many hours I spent doing something, how much I actually earned from that, and how it's actually going. So I kind of want to do a tracker on Notion. I'm gonna put that in my template as well, but that's still to come because I have not done that yet. You're probably gonna see it in the next video. Now we're coming to the image section of this video, and it just kind of has to do with my style and figuring out what I want to wear, what I want to do, how I want to do my hair, my nails, and all of that kind of stuff, which is exciting because that means we can go on Pinterest, and I love Pinterest. I have a million Pinterest boards and even more pins in them. So let's go look at my Pinterest boards and add more to them. So I just finished picking out a few outfits, and I have tried finding like makeup looks, hairstyles and nail inspiration, but there's just not that much. But a few of the things that I found for like outfits are these ones here. I'm going to blend them in, and I especially think that they're kind of tailored towards summer because it's summer right now, and I wanted to make this as doable as possible just right now. So I wanted to only pin a few summer looks, and then I also plan on doing the same thing for like winter or like the colder months. Now for hairstyles, I did not find a lot of things that I'm inspired to do right now with my hair in terms of hairstyles, but I do think that I want like a few shorter pieces in the front here, just because I did have that before and it was really cute. I did have like curtain bangs, but I'm not sure if I want to do exactly curtain bangs again or just like shorter pieces in the front, because it does look really good. I did find a picture, so I'm gonna blend it in here. And then for nails, I did say I wanted to do some like different nails, but I found some really simple ones because I like simple nails, but I'm going to find different ones. I'm going to try a few new things. I'm going to look a bit more and I'll blend them in here for you. We're getting to the end of this section, but while I was planning outfits and looking at all of these makeup looks, hairstyles and nails, I got a bit carried away and inspired because I'm gonna be moving out soon, and I started looking at a few, yeah, just like home decoration things as well, because I really love that kind of stuff. I love looking at homes, and yeah, I can't wait to actually move out and be able to like design a whole space. Basically, I just pinned a few of those things as well, and I'm gonna blend them in here just because I want to show you what I'm kind of imagining for when I do move out. So I'm about to take a break and go to the gym, and I usually do this on Wednesdays, not like every day. The other days I kind of work out at another time. Basically, I just arrived and let's go to the gym. So I'm about to scrapbook. I already started a bit, like this is the 2024 recap that I did for last year, and yeah, then I just kind of did a few pages. I also did like a letter to myself for next year, and then yeah, I forgot that was there. Then just a few more pages about maybe books that I read, and I have had these pictures printed out for like months, and I have not started like even cutting them out yet, but I've been wanting to put them in my scrapbook for like such a long time, but I've been a bit overwhelmed, so we're doing that right now. And since this is like the hobby section of this video, I'm gonna talk to you about just the hobbies that I want to do for this challenge. But yeah, the first one would be scrapbooking. Like I said, it would be just like doing it regularly, not waiting months to do it, just like I've done before, because I actually like doing it, but I kind of don't do it even though I want to. I just end up doing other things. So yeah, that's one thing I definitely want to do. Then I also want to read 20 books in 6 months, which I know is a bit ambitious, but I've read 10 books now, so I would have to do double in 6 months. Like, it's end of June now, so then I would have another 6 months till end of December to read another 20 books. So I would have to read double the amount that I did now, which 10 books, if I'm being honest, is already quite a lot for 6 months. But I've been wanting to hit the goal of 30 books a year for a while now, and I've not been able to, so I want to do it. I want to commit to reading 30 books this year, so 20 books in these 6 months, which I think is doable if I actually try, especially because I'm going on vacation for like almost a month, and I read books on vacation. I read so quickly because I have nothing else to do. I usually just sit by the beach and read all day long, so I've also finished books in like one day before on vacation, so that's totally doable for me. So I might be able to finish quite a few books, hopefully, on vacation. So that would be my focus on vacation for sure. Then the next thing would be experimenting with like filming and editing, especially starting with this video. I've been trying a few new things, trying just new styles, new things while I film and edit. So yeah, I just kind of want to continue doing this and learn new things. I wanted to add, I think I mentioned this before, I wanted to add like photography and also drawing, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that because I already have quite a few things going on, so I'm probably just not gonna end up doing them. So I have them as an option if I want to do them, but it's not like a priority because I feel like it's gonna be a bit too much. But I am gonna add like cooking and baking since I have to cook anyways. So I want to experiment more while already cooking, especially meal prepping I want to do. I have done like one meal prep last week and I really liked it, so I want to start regularly implementing that. Yeah, basically these are the hobbies that I'm going to focus on in the next 6 months, and yeah, I'm just gonna continue cutting out my pictures and hopefully finishing at least one page of the scrapbook tonight. So what I still need to figure out before ending this video is my meal plan. I more or less just want to figure out what I'm gonna eat, and since I talked about meal prepping before, I do want to kind of know what I'm gonna meal prep and what I'm gonna have for just like lunch and dinner mostly. I do still live with my parents, but at the moment I'm mostly cooking for myself. Basically, I just kind of want to be prepared to not have to cook as much, so I want to meal prep. And what I've written down is that I want to make burritos again, which I did last week. I tried doing them. I meal prepped 5, so I'm gonna do that again. And yeah, they were really good. So I put them in the freezer, and then I could just take them out and put them in the microwave and a bit on the pan when I wanted them, and they were perfect. So I'm gonna do those again, which you're probably gonna see in the next video because I'm filming it. Then for breakfast, I'm usually eating like a combination of like avocado and toast with eggs or protein coffee, and it's mostly that. Sometimes I also eat like yogurt with berries and chocolate chips and peanut butter on top or something like that. Anyways, I still have a bit of meal prepped rice that I made last week as well. Basically, I just put them in some like saran wrap, I think it's called, and yeah, portioned it out. So then I could put it in the freezer, and when I need it, I can just take out one portion. And that's why I'm gonna plan some rice bowls for next week. So usually I'll just do like a tuna rice bowl and then eat it with like seaweed. So that was really good. I saw the recipe on Pinterest, it was amazing. So it's just like rice, tuna, I think cucumber, then carrots, mayo I think, and a bit of yogurt. Basically that's it, and then you eat it with seaweed, which is perfect because it's like sushi but without having to make it. And then I might also do like a chicken teriyaki rice bowl or something like that. And yeah, basically that's it with my meal plan for next week, or just kind of, it's not really a meal plan, it's more so a rough idea of what I have and what I want to eat. So I'm not like completely lost and don't know what to do. But basically, if you're interested in seeing how these 6 months go and if I can actually change in 6 months and what changes, consider subscribing. I'm going to be posting a lot of videos here and you can follow along. Of course, you can also do this challenge yourself. I would love to know what your goals are, what you're gonna do if you do it. And yeah, I really hope that I see you in my next video. Bye!